is Amy Lisman. I've known Bill for probably close to 20 years. And when I graduated from Ferris State University back in '95, I did a short stint with an insurance firm. And then after that, I started working for Bill. He was an entrepreneur for a local sign company and wanted to start something new, which he called Big Time Communications. So he asked me on board, and at that point, I had left my current job and started working for Bill. It was a two-man crew at that point, and we, at that point, started buying billboard signs, and my responsibility was to find the locations to build those signs or to lease those signs from property owners. So we'd have to go to local townships and work with plat maps to see what was commercialized land, and Bill would then take it from there and work with the landowners on purchasing that land. And then my responsibility was to lease those signs out once Bill was able to build the locations. I worked from Bill for '96 to '97, about a year and a half, and he was a great mentor. He taught me several things as far as how to approach customers, salesmanship, how to write letters to customers, cold calling. He was a great mentor for me, and that actually helps me out to where I'm at now. I work for a local company here in Muskegon, Lauren Industries. I sell anodized aluminum. My territory is predominantly on the East Coast. That is my focus and has been for a little over 13 years now, but things that I learned from Bill many years ago, I can still use to this day. And that, again, as far as cold calling, letter writing, contacting customers, follow-up, just attention to detail, which was very, very important to Bill and still is to this day. I stay in contact with Bill. I see him quite often. Obviously, working for Bill, I was pretty much right out of college. I worked for John Hancock, sold some insurance, and when Bill had this opportunity, I thought it would be a good opportunity at this point. And Bill would he actually walked me through every step of the way. Being pretty young and new, I had zero business experience at this point, so Bill and I worked together really every single day, every step, and he mentored me through it, would give me kind of the life lesson on how to approach the customers, what to say, as far as whether it was letter writing, showing up at the facilities, and an actual cold call, whether it was over a telephone, and he'd kind of do these little scripts, and then from there I would take that, and then I would, my responsibility that day would be to call 30 people. And then, I would approach him again, and we'd start off on what actually makes sense for that location, and we'd build up the next 30 calls that I have to make the next day. So I learned a lot, and to this day, as far as letter writing, your basic customer skills, as far as contacting customers, following up with the customers, that really came from that short year and a half that I worked with Bill. I think Bill's 100% risk taker. I think every company he started, which I can think of the Omni, Billy the Printer, Big Time. I know there's other companies, but the AMG building. But in general, he has zero background in that. But that's one of the challenges that thrives Bill. Is definitely the challenge. I would describe Bill as a honest risk taker who loves challenges. He's created hundreds of jobs here just locally in Muskegon, and I think he's been very successful at everything that he's done. And I think that is attributed to some of the risks he has taken and his dedication to not only, his employees, but also the community. It's been very important to him to create jobs for many, many years, and as long as I've known Bill, which is probably going on close to 20 now, he's always been very, very, straightforward, but yet very successful. Bill's still one of those people today that I know that would probably do anything for anybody. Thanks a Million was never a surprise that Bill would do something like that. He's a very dedicated Christian man and has always cared, like I said, even locally, and that's something that didn't surprise me at all. I've actually been, I was able to work with Bill on one of the trucks, on one of the Thank a Million campaigns, and it was amazing to me not really understanding all what it involved and all of what they have to do, and Bill personally taking on that task and wanted to deliver, 1 million pounds of food was something that most of us wouldn't even think of on a daily basis. But for Bill, it was important for himself and for his family to do something for the community, something that he could give back to.